Gato Perro back with another review, this time on the Marvel Legends Sandman with interchangeable hands. Now, the reason I call it a Marvel Legends is because there have been two different series that have released this exact same figure. And the first one was the Spider-Man Classics, and the second being the Amazing Spider-Man series, which was kind of like the sequel to the Spider-Man Classics line, which just so happens to be the one that's right in front of you right here. And I think they're the exact same. I don't think there's too many differences. And with that said, we'll just take a quick look at his packaging. And it is quite a bit different than the original Spider-Man Classics, but not too much. Obviously, the colors have been changed, and we do get a different picture of Spidey up at the top. And we get a picture of the figure on the bottom. And on the back, we see how you can change out his hands, the picture of Spidey. And we still get like a little history on Spider-Man. And at the bottom, we do get some other toys, including the web-launching Spider-Man, Spider-Hulk Spider-Man, which is actually pretty cool, but I wish I had it. Web Splasher Spider-Man, a Hydra Man, and a Hobgoblin. So those are all pretty cool. Mine is a Web Splasher and Web Launching, but not a bad line. Definitely wasn't disappointing. We did get the arguably one of the best Venoms from this series, so that's really nice. And also the Hobgoblin, which I did see just now. So actually, this guy's pretty kind of hard to stand, but he actually is pretty tall, and he does come with really nice accessories. And to show you how tall he is, I'll just do a quick height on him with a ruler and see his pan up because he's so tall. Alright, so he stands at around almost 7 inches tall to the top of his head, so that's a really big height. And you put a Spider-Man figure next to him and he looks pretty imposing. Now for his accessories, he did come with a couple, and he did come with interchangeable hands, and he does come with this hatchet. And he also came with the accessories you see on him right now. And I think each of them has been specifically designed or sculpted to go on each specific arm side. For example, these two and these two have all been like designed to be on a specific way on the arm. You're supposed to put them in right and left, and they each have kind of like this curve to it right here. Not sure why. Kind of would have preferred if you had like the option to just take off this mace part and kind of interchange it out for just the hatchet instead of having a different thing. Maybe so they could have included a lot more things, but still pretty nice. They're all sculpted really well, and this one does come with a clamping hand, which you can move up and down. That's the articulation on that. It does have only 3 fingers and 1 thumb. As you said, hatchet is standard, though it does have some like little paint flaws in it. It does have some green bleeding through, which kind of is a problem throughout the figure as well in some of the flesh tones, but I'll get to that. And this one is kind of like a grabbing hand, and it clamps also, supposed to hold something inside of it. And I do use it for my displays. I do use it for like him holding Spider-Man down, which is pretty cool. And his last accessories include his regular human hands, which are pretty cool, and they are sculpted very differently. This one has a clamp on it, not a clamp, but like a hinge for it to go forward and back. And they do have some really nice green veins on there, which I don't know if are realistic or not. Maybe too green, but not bad. And this one, these hands actually have the thumb articulation, where this one has it specifically to move like in or forward and back like this. And this one's shaped more like a fist, where the knuckles are bent more inward, and you can bend the same detail. And this one, thumb actually goes in and out like that, like so. So that's pretty awesome, really nice articulation, and a lot of little joints throughout the hands also. So that's really cool. So let's get back to the articulation. Detail of Sandman looks really great. His face sculpt, it's great. Looks just like the comics, and kind of like a realistic version of the Spectacular Spider-Man TV show where Sandman appeared there. Really great. I really liked the voice work in there. Everything was great. Looks just like Sandman. Nice hair sculpt. I've never seen anybody in real life with this kind of hair, but kind of like Osborn hair he's got going on right here. Nice brown in between it, and the black in between all the creases and everything. Another little lines sculpted into it. Really nice. The lips are painted and everything. Nice grim, not a grim, but like a nice little smirk across his face. Now his neck, I don't know if you might tell, but he does have some kind of obvious paint flaws to me in person. Around this area, you can see some green bleeding through the skin color, which isn't very cool at all because it looks kind of creepy. But I don't know, it's not too bad or noticeable when you have him displayed. And you notice have his classic attire with his green shirt with black stripes, looking very nice. And his entire body, minus his head, has this like little grain detail going across the entire body. On the shirt, you can see like little specks of sand and everything. Looks really nicely sculpted, which either you like or not. But either way, I think it's a really nice touch. because you might either want him to look like a regular person or not, or you know what I mean. It depends on your preference of Sandman. And then the accessories or the interchangeable hands also come with a nice detail of the grains and everything. So nothing was skipped out on this. Even this has some some paint errors on it with green bleeding through all the way. And the back kind of has some brownish, but it's not too bad. It could just be regular sand. And I don't mean to be dirty or anything, but like it looks like his back pockets look kind of muddy. I don't know if that's from purpose or not. Looks nice. Black belt. He does have one golden buckle in between it, and does have the brown loops in between also painted. And the legs are great as well, so have the grain. And if you feel it, it does also feel kind of like sandpaper. And I do have a woodshop class, so I would know what that feels like. So it's really nice, but it's not like it's gonna cut you, but it's like a very worn out sandpaper, if you know what I mean. It looks really nice. The shoes do have the laces painted, not painted, but sculpted, but they're not painted. They are just brown, but they're not bad. And there's not really any sculpt on the bottom of the feet, and there's no pegs either. Alright, so for Sandman's articulation, he does maintain a lot of really nice articulation without Toybiz having to do a stupid gimmick on it, which I really like. And he does have a hinge that allows his head to go all the way up like that and down as well. He does have a hinged arms that go out that much, and they do go forward on clicks. So this one arm specifically clicks a lot more than the rest, which is really well thought out, so it doesn't like the hinge or the ball joints don't wear out over time over the weight of the accessories. And he does have double jointed elbows right there, and he does have a forearm swivel due to the changeability of his hands. And I showed you earlier his articulation in each individual hand as well. He does have an ab crunch that goes decently down, but not really too much far back. He does have a waist swivel at the bottom of the belts. He does have T-jointed hips that go forward that much and out that much, which works a lot better. He does have a thigh swivel. He has double jointed knees right there. There's no boot rotation, and he does have some of the best ankle articulation I've seen on the figure with pants. So they do go up and down, maybe not as much as I would have wished, but decent. And they do have a toe articulation, and the ankle pivot moves side to side very well, because they cut enough of a groove in between it to have the articulation carry through all the way. So absolutely great figure. I don't think we're gonna get a new Sandman anytime soon, especially not with all these accessories or maybe even as high of a quality. I'm really happy to have it. Happy Toybiz did it before they went away. So that's obviously a really great figure, and whichever version you get, whether it be the Spider-Man Classics or the Amazing Spider-Man series Classics, whatever you want to call it, is just fine. This one being the Amazing Spider-Man series, as I've mentioned, it's pretty awesome. I don't have any complaints about it at all, minus a couple of paint errors with the green bleeding through. I think I've stressed enough in this review. So it's extremely awesome. I absolutely think it is the best Sandman, if not the only. But it definitely will serve my purpose for stop motion and a lot of other great things such as poses and whatever. So, this has been Gato Perro. Please stay tuned for more reviews and stop motions.